Uh-oh.
Okay, so I'm torn between two of them. We'll stay with this one because all right.
Curious.
Yeah, I'm torn between two of them, but we're gonna go with this one. Hold on. You see that?
Yes.
Nurse
Yeah.
case.
We have breaking news now. Brittney Griner has been sentenced to 9 years in prison after being found guilty in Russia on drug charges. I want to bring in foreign correspondent Maggie Rulli for the latest on that. Maggie?
Hey, Diane. Yeah, this just came in moments ago. This is what we've been expecting all along. We were told that 99% of people who are arrested on drug charges in Russia get that maximum 10-year sentence. Just today in their closing arguments, the prosecution asked for 9.5 years, which would get up to that 10 years with her time already served. So right now, Brittney Griner is looking at that maximum sentence, almost 9 years. She's already been in detention for more than 5 months. You know, the judge really not holding anything back, finding her guilty of drug possession, of drug smuggling, saying she had criminal intent. This was something her and her lawyers kept arguing against during the trial, saying there was no intent, that Brittney Griner simply made a mistake. She never intended to break the law in Russia. Clearly, the judge never believed this story, handing down not only that guilty sentence, but also a very harsh verdict. You know, with the sentence coming in now, the options are much more limited. All eyes are on that potential prisoner swap that was floated by the United States last week. There's been no movement on that recently, though. So, Diane, right now, Brittney Griner facing 9 years in a Russian prison.
Okay, now this is what I want to know. This Tammy Center here says Brittney Griner is a man. Here's a pic of her with no shirt, no scars, where breasts were removed, same tattoos, and a link to the video. You got to listen to her voice, but like, check it out. I don't see scars either. I don't know. She said, well, also what woman reaches 6'9" in height? That's a good question. I mean, is that an Adonis belt? Do I see that there? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really see no scarring. That's true. But yeah, listen to her voice. Tell me what you think.
My job is basketball. I have to be able to play, and to play at this level, you can't not go to the weight room. You can't just show up and do everything.
That's basically,
while everybody else is getting stronger.
I've never seen that before, and
Huh?
that's so interesting. I've never seen that before. I
You
mean,
never
that looks
seen
like
what?
the shirtless, the I never even heard her talk before.
Right. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, I mean, these kind of things normally don't even come into my radar because I'm not really worried about who's doing what. But
Right.
this is, this is some, this is some bullshit.
Right.
If they like really selling this like this is a chick.
Do we know? Do you know? Have you done any research? Do we know if she takes hormones?
I don't know how to research something like that because
Right.
doctors' information is confidential. So I don't even know how to go about it.
Right, but we knew about the girl, like the one in Africa, who the athlete, the runner in Africa, who was born with the chromosome that she was a female for all intent and purpose, raised as, born as, but she had that extra extra chromosome, I want to say, but that makes her like Down syndrome. I'm not saying that. I don't know the exact logistics, but they barred her from performing, I believe, because she had the strength of a man. And we know about Leah, whatever his name is, the
Leah
swimmer.
Thompson is Thompson or Thomas?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, beating folks in the pool by what 38 seconds, like lapping them in the pool, like you can see how is like this not an issue in
Right.
like they don't care if
They're gonna ignore it. They're gonna ignore it. It's a show. Like that newscaster just irritated me because she was like, she said she's acting like this is a real case. Like it's not a real case. They're not keeping her because because she had weed in her purse. Like, that's not what's happening right here. And for them to keep like to talk about it, we are in a proxy war with Russia, and they are
Right.
holding her. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with any of this. Like, why are you guys
Well, I
trying
don't know what she got caught with either. I mean, I haven't really done any research on what she was
cartridge,
found.
a
Huh?
cartridge of hash oil?
That's it.
Yeah,
And then trying to put it intent to distribute.
yeah, and traffic. Apparently, that's what
Oh
that.
Lord. Oh yeah, they. Oof. Ooh.
Yeah, and then is she a dude? Is she in the female prison? You know, Russia
Right.
does
And is it going to come out? Like, are they going to tell us anything?
only if they want to, if there's a
Well,
reason.
they want to.
Well, what? I don't think so, because then it'll bring up a whole lot of like the integrity of sports, like like the WNBA as a
You don't
whole.
think that Russia wants to bust her out? Like,
Oh, you mean Russia will say, yeah, but they're
yeah,
disinformation. They're all
their
disinformation.
disinformation. Well, everybody's disinformation at this point. The point that I'm trying to make is, you know, actually, you know what? Russia's not entirely disinformation. Some of the reports coming out of Russia
I
are.
don't think there are any disinformation. I think they tell the truth way more than our news. I was being totally sarcastic. I'm saying,
Oh, I was slow on that.
yeah, no, it's like what our news is going to say.
Well,
It's
you
like they're
said it so
all
deadpan. You
disinformation.
said it so serious. You didn't like smile or wink or nothing and shit. You just said it.
Well, that's what they tell us, and
You
like with
know.
no smile, no wink. They're just like, it's Russian disinformation, and
Yeah.
it's been my experience that anything they label as disinformation is definitely maybe not disinformation.
I
Definitely
mean, I
maybe.
just wonder
But
why
yeah,
Leah Thomas is an issue and Brittney Griner isn't.
right. And but who's bringing issue with Leah Thomas? It's like what we would
Well,
call.
I just, it may go in the Missed It episode. One of her teammates is actually speaking out now about.
Yes, I saw that. Right, but
Yeah.
that to me, with her teammates speaking out, I don't know. Do you think these are things that are slipping through, or they're orchestrated or allowed?
Well, I think that people were afraid to speak out. I
Mhm.
think that this is what I think in a nutshell. I think that if you there there has to be places where you draw the line.
Mhm.
Period. Right?
Mhm.
And so some people find those lines in their religion, some people find it in their ethics, in the law or something like that, right? But
Mhm.
either way, you have to have a set of principles, morals, code, whatever you want to call it, where you draw the line and you will not go any further.
Mhm.
And what we have in abundance is people that have no lines.
Right. And they're
And
content to just let it go on and on and on.
and when you well,
Because
but
do
when
we
you
draw the
have
line
no
at blood?
lines, but the no lines is satanic, is the Satanism. That's
Yeah.
what it is. When there are no lines, when you
Yeah.
don't,
Do what thou
when
will.
there you
Is the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
idea.
exactly. Exactly. There you go. So that's kind of how I look at it, I guess.
Yeah. I think where I've seen people starting to draw the line, thank God, is with the children. Like finally, but there's so many that
Well,
aren't.
yeah,
But
they're going to unite everybody over the children. Is the scuttlebutt behind the scenes? Is everybody's going to reunite over the children? But I mean, I
but
don't
we
know
thought
because
I thought that 6 years or whatever,
yeah, how many years
5 years
ago,
ago,
right?
with gate and all that stuff. It's like, okay, it has a silly name and
Well, I mean,
whatnot,
there's
but
still there's still I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to believe, but the way things are unfolding,
mhm,
they appear to be crumbling.
really, give me an example.
Failed impeachments of Donald Trump.
Well, he
Um,
was impeached, though. He was impeached.
well, he wasn't convicted, rather.
Right, exactly. I
Right.
don't think
So
you can though with a president. I just don't think that and
you
he's
can
also
convict. Of course you can.
uh, convicted. I don't know. I mean, okay, we know if their goal was just to waste everybody's time and to put doubt into people's minds, I would say they accomplished that. I don't know if their goal was ever to actually put him in prison.
No, it looks to me like they're trying anything they can to save the whole Build Back Better. I think that Trump disrupted it in a way that is hard to repair. It's hard for them to get back on track. And it's why some things look so shockingly blatant to some people. That's why they're starting to draw the lines. I think that, like, for example, had we stayed, all Democrat and Trump hadn't won, I think Leah Thomas would not be an issue now. But I think because of the rise of, like, people found their voices, of people that knew where their lines were. I think because that rose, people like this woman on the swim team started to feel empowered. I believe in that 10%, when 10% know something, it just takes over everything. So and I have to I stay optimistic in that I'm not a doom and gloom type of person. I'm just like, we just got to keep working at it. The same way they keep working. They don't stop working. That's the problem, right? The good guys stop working.
They don't, right. And that's what I tell my son.
Huh?
Yeah, my son's like, I don't believe in Satan. And I'm like, it doesn't matter whether or not you believe in it. It matters that people that are controlling so many aspects of your existence do. And that's what
they're working overtime. They have systems in place.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
No joke. And any energy behind anything manifests. It's just science. That's actually science.
Yeah.
So
this is why they get us to believe things, because our energy will manifest what they want. Yeah.
I always say when I watch the news, I repeat it like a mantra, is I'm here to absorb and not, I'm here to observe and not absorb. I'm here to observe and not absorb. I'm here to observe, because it's not, it'll shape everything. But wait, back to Brittney Griner.
Right. So I don't know if she's a dude or not.
She looks like a dude. She looks like dudes I grew up with. Like, but yeah, that's a kind of her goal.
6'9",
but where's the scars? How are you
rocking Adonis belt, right? I saw an Adonis belt, right?
The voice, yeah. The voice too.
Right.
That's so weird. That's so weird. Like, what was he really bad at hoop? Like, for the boy, almost, like, was he almost good enough for
right
the NBA? Usually people just go overseas and play in Germany. You're like,
I know, playing Italy or something. Like, I know.
So weird.
It's just, to me, it's just,
I think
the weirdness about it is not whether or not he or she does anything, right? The weirdness
so
about
weird
it
that they're not saying anything.
Right. That it's not an issue for anybody.
You know what I think that might be?
What
it might be, because all information is controlled at this point. So what it might be is they're just trying to normalize it without any hoopla or anything. They're just trying to normalize that there's no gender lines.
Like with Lady Gaga?
Yeah. Yeah. But she's a little louder, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll say what she's doing, like, this is just like,
yeah, but nobody believes it.
Right. Well, some people do.
Yeah. Well, I seen the thing, so I believe it.
Right, exactly.
I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see the thing, but I seen the thing, so done. It's a wrap for me. You can't tell me that now.
Like, wasn't a mic? Wasn't a mic a battery pack for the mic?
Like, after I done see the thing, it's a wrap. Like, ooh, okay, I know what I done seen. All right, look, battery pack.
Have you seen that one guy? You see the
Huh?
one guy on BitChute who he does all videos of celebrities that used to be guys?
Nuh-uh.
It's super over the top, but some of them you're like, huh. But it's like every single one as far as he's concerned, and he is concerned. Like, he is.
Well, I do watch this one woman on BitChute, and she does the same thing. And she goes back to old movies sometimes, and she'll show the old movies. And she'll be like, "See, look, that's they've been doing this forever."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amy says, "What the fuck?" Says that Princess Diana. She should be straight up just call him Prince Diana. I'm just Prince Diana. Mm-hmm.
What? Really?
And she does amazing research. I haven't looked at her research on that particular topic, but she does amazing research. I wouldn't. I'm more apt to believe her than the news.
Well, I don't know though, because I saw her pregnant, and I see the kids.
Okay.
Right?
Wait, no, this is a whole nother thing. But did you look at the Ultra Plus Ultra? Sorry, Plus Ultra. No.
What are you talking about?
It's a whole thing on it's hacking births through IVF intravenous. Is that what it
In
stands
vitro
for?
fertilization.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, what the hell?
It's early, right? It's a little early in the morning. I got you. I got you.
But yeah, it's like hacking existence. So the woman that she interviewed says that she's the biological daughter of Hugh Hefner. Her name is Marie something Mayer. She says that Bill Maher, sorry. Bill Maher is her biological brother, that there's these birth sets like that they've been bringing in forever. So for instance, well, some funny stuff, but for instance,
Well, I've
Stacey
seen
Abrams.
this side by side, Bill Maher and Hugh Hefner, and they look amazingly similar.
Oh, see, I didn't know that they were even connected. I haven't gotten that far yet, but because I have a whole,
talk. I'll see if I can find the photo for you. Go ahead, keep talking.
yes, please do, because I have a running photo album basically of like doppelgangers, but like historically and through, and according to this woman, she says that they bring them in specifically to do good, to be with part, of the angels, but it got taken over by the Hillary Clintons and all of them. It's the same, good and evil fight that we hear about on many levels, whether it's New Age or in the church or wherever, especially right now, sped up right now, intensely. And she's saying that the ones who aren't allowed to speak out, like their lives just get completely ruined. They usually show up in comedy. It made me think of Robin Williams and Dave Chappelle. A couple others. They silence them fast. There's some that I guess sneak through, or they're just playing us. But she said that, and then she was saying that the birth sets. Okay, think about Marilyn Monroe as a donor. Okay,
right.
And then you look at Anna Nicole Smith and like all these people that were brought in like to be the next Marilyn or whatnot, and it kind of was like a copy of a copy, and it went bad. What else? She says that she said like all the people, she said every single person that you see on the main stage was brought here for a purpose. So, but what happens is that they take they take the bait, they fuck the baby, whatever it is, like, not to be so graphic, but yeah, that. And then so as soon as their name is attached to a brand, essentially they are no longer of the family that is supposed to be of the angels. I don't know if I believe anything about that part, but the other stuff that rings true are the birth sets. And you think about the several Bidens that we know exist. Like there's no way that that's the same Biden.
Right.
So, but they could be of the same birth set, easy. So it's basically, it is cloning. It's cloning through in vitro. And they're keeping like, okay, here's a crazy one. She says that Donald Trump is the child, it's not raised by, but the child of Woodrow Wilson and Marilyn Monroe. So these are, yeah.
Is that how they keep the bloodlines secure for certain?
Yeah, some of those are, hacked on the other side though. But yeah. Another one is, and I've heard rumors, and this one's weird. Oh shit, yeah. 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 And you probably know that's crazy. Because he doesn't, what's his name? Hefner didn't look Jewish or anything to me. Like Bill Maher, his nose is like very Jewish, but they look so alike right there. That's a trip. Okay, wait, I have one.
So you pick whatever you want to share first, and then click share on that window.
Yeah, but it went away, the one, but fudge.
All right, so I'm gonna show you something then.
Okay, but don't get off of this because I'm looking still. I'm gonna just find it real quick.
Don't get off of what?
You just showed me Bill Maher and his daddy. His daddy.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so
this is kind of what you're talking about, right?
I have a notebook full of these. It's just crazy, but there's so many. There's so many more. Do you have more right here?
You can see those, right?
That's crazy. Rob Lowe, and I don't know if you have him here. Rob Lowe and that one from the new vampire show. Yeah, that Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman is crazy.
Right.
There's another Amanda Seyfried. I
And
don't know.
Dakota Fanning right here.
Yeah, but Dakota Fanning isn't the one that. But if they just have the DNA on loop, because that's what I used to think. I just was like, they just have the DNA on loop. That's just what it is.
Well,
But now
Zoe
there's
and
more.
Katie tripped me out. They really look alike.
And then Heath Ledger and this Joseph Gordon-Levitt, whoever that is, the Russell Crowe looks
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of a trip, huh?
It's very, very. Wait, who's that dude? I know that's like, come on, man, crazy. Come on, man. I gotta go. And his signature is different.
Look at
So
6'9".
who's that? Yeah, but
6'9". They say he got cloned.
Yeah.
And you can see how the tattoos are different placement.
Interesting.
This is my clone folder, so I don't know what's gonna pop up, but everything in here is, yeah, this is my clone folder. I'm just waiting for you to find your thing.
Oh yeah, I stopped looking. Oh my, that's James Alefantis.
Yep.
That's a trip. Yeah, see, that's what I feel like the DNA. Well, I did. I felt like the DNA was on loop. So what she says is that because when the plan was originally, she goes back. So she says the Sumerian tree of life, the Sumerian tree. You know what we see in the carvings. You know, that where people are like, "What's that?" And it looks like the Anunnaki, Sumerian, the whole cradle of civilization, where it looks like they're sticking something into that tree. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she says that that's where it started, that the original families started there, and that they've put, and oh, you want to know the trippiest part is that she said that that the people that are supposed to change civilization were introduced every year at the exposition, the world fairs and the exposition, which we know there's some weird shit going on around those fairs, and
Right.
and the incubator babies, you've seen those?
Yeah.
And then the orphan trains, like, to me, this is just my mind clicking, like it all ties in together.
Yeah, but you jumping over a lot of stuff that I think of people that are going to listen ain't going to know what you're talking about.
Well, they better do their research. No, I'm just
kidding. But yeah, the World Fairs is a trip because of how they went and destroyed everything. So what were you saying about the person that, first off, did you see this right here? This picture?
I can't see it, your screen right now, though.
You can't see John Trump and Julian Assange?
No, I don't see anything. Like, it's not sharing. I don't see any. Oh, maybe because I might have no, I might have, though. Let me see. Let me click Zoom. Oh yeah, there you go. Because I went to go to look for the. Oh, that's so weird. That's very strange.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to comment on that one. I was like,
yeah,
okay.
No, I didn't see that. And that's his uncle.
Dr. John Trump, yeah. I think it's either his uncle, is it his dad or his uncle? That's his uncle, right?
Is that the one that they gave Tesla stuff to?
Right, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, and Julian Assange, you saw who he grew up with, right?
No.
He was in that cult, like that, the cult in I want to say maybe it was Australia. All kids with that light, that color hair that he has, that white light hair, and all look almost identical. They look like clones themselves, but there's girls and boys, and they go from small to big.
So what? Okay, so all right. So what was that you were saying about at the World's Fair, the person that was supposed to save the world or something? What was that?
Well, they were supposed to change civilization. So Einstein was a big one. Tesla was a very, very big one. So Tesla's bloodline is Marilyn Monroe, which puts Trump and whoever else that she says is under that bloodline. Wait, oh, the clones, the redos. Okay, Justin.
Yeah.
So weird.
I'm listening. I'm just,
yeah, it's just weird. So one of the things that has been, that the woman did not speak about this, but there's been so many rumors about Beyonce. Oh, I thought that was somebody else. Wow. About Beyonce being Tina Turner's daughter.
What?
Yeah, like, and that would make sense if we're talking about what this woman's saying, like a birth set, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I don't know who that's like
Yeah, we could go off on
He
Biden.
was just like that. He was just like the other one. And then like they just flipped it. Like after he got into the office, I was like, what is going on? What is happening?
Right,
Like
right.
he's falling apart in front of us. But the one I was gonna show you is okay, so John Podesta and Chester Bennington. You've
Oh
seen
yeah,
those?
right. Uh-huh.
Okay, so beyond that, there's I show you. I'm just gonna it's hard for me to multitask with the screen, but I am a multitasker, so I will.
You gonna work it out?
Yes, I'm just gonna put all their names in. There's there's a Rockefeller too, but the one that trips me out the most is Dr. King. Have you heard of Dr. King?
Dr. Martin Luther King?
No.
Martin Luther King? What'd you
No.
say?
Oh, wait. His real name was Rex King. I think that he went by. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Dr. Kinsey, Albert Kinsey. Are you aware of his existence in everything?
Yep, sort of.
Dr.
Sorry, I'm
Kinsey,
looking at my
sort of.
cat.
Oh yeah.
She's showing up. Kinda.
I don't. Oh wait, I can't see. No, she's not.
She's trying to show. Well, you
She's a
know.
ghost cat.
Go ahead.
So Rex King was so Dr. Kinsey he was the curator, I guess, of the sexual revolution, and it did a whole bunch of experiments on children.
Is he the doctor that with the two twins where one of them was mutilated during birth?
No, that sounds more like Mengele, but I don't know because he was into the twin thing. That's another thing. Oh, to go on back to that. Yeah.
The guy that was one of the guys that was responsible for this whole gender situation theory, one of his experiments was when identical twins were born, and one of them was accidentally mutilated at birth, and so he changed their genitalia to female. And had them raise the child as if it were female, and never mentioned any of the
like what happened.
Never mentioned what happened.
The
right?
brain said, "Wait, wasn't there?" I don't think that this was Dr. Kinsey. Dr. Kinsey was more about sex, like sex with children, and pushing the.
So is he gender theory? Because I did something on gender theory too. Okay, so
no, not Kinsey. Not that I know of. I could be wrong. Kinsey maybe, but he was more pushing pedophilia, which he didn't call it pedophilia. But so he had this. This is really weird. So he had this. Because it does go back to Dr. Mengele. Mengele was in the Nazi camps. He was the one that experimented on twins almost religiously. Like that was his thing. He wanted to do all these crazy experiments on twins. So there's a movie called The Boys of Brazil, I think it's called.
Yeah.
You've heard of that? Yeah. So that's supposed to be like a city full of clones. I mean, basically like Hitler clones, I believe. But there are there's a real town in Brazil where he came by undercover and told them that he was a veterinarian, and he was doing all this stuff with the animals, but then he started treating the women, and it's the city still to this day just gives birth to twins, inexplicable amounts of twins, like just twins. And the other thing is that celebrities have so many twins. How many times do we see celebrities have twins? Like Beyonce had twins, J-Lo had twins. I have a list of them, but there's a ton, and celebrities are twins that you don't know about. You don't hear about that. Like there's people just off the top of my head, Cameron Diaz, like you don't hear about her twin, but she looks just like her exactly. So just a lot of weird stuff surrounding that.
I guess this one was Brittney Griner, I guess, but
Well, yeah, but so what? But conclusion being what? Like, what do you conclude from it? I'm just gonna go with that they're just trying to make it so fluid that nobody even notices. So you just don't speak on it.
I think that I would like to know a little more information before I speak on it, because I just don't know. This just came across my desk, so to speak.
Crazy.
So I would like to know if a dude is dominating women's basketball. Like that's.
Like, what is women's basketball? Is it really a thing?
What do you mean? Is it really a thing?
Like, it's not a huge, like, it's not. See, that's to me says more like they're just trying to make it normal. Like, it's not the NBA.
If a dude is dominating women's basketball, then now we have swimming, and then we have basketball as well.
Right.
And
sports thing,
what does
that's
that mean? And for
right.
me, what does that mean for women's sports? Because for me, there's feminine is divine. There's divine feminine. There's a feminine principle. Women are women. And I don't care what anybody got to say about it. I mean, it is what it is. You could put on whatever you want to put on. You could cut yourself however you want or whatever, but it ain't nothing like a woman. You know what I'm saying? A woman is a woman, period, right? And you got to respect that. And so for me, having men compete in women's sports, I mean, sports is kind of a joke in itself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really tripping on sports.
Right.
But
there are
to have
people
a dude competing at this level and nobody really talking about it is just strange to me.
So weird. Yeah, it is very strange.
If it's a dude, because I don't know, right? I can't say.
I mean, even if she's not a guy biologically, is she taking hormones? Because she's definitely lost her breasts. I mean, there's nothing. Because I don't think that you should be able to, if you're taking hormones that make you stronger and whatnot, I still don't think you should compete with women. You don't want to be a woman. You don't think of yourself as a woman. You don't, like, I think moving forward, if everything were to go fair, which is a joke a little bit, but if it were to do that, then people would be placed on teams based on their weight and height and physical ability. Like, it would just be fair.
Well, they could do that if they start off with the rules like that, but if they don't start off with the rules like that, then they should keep it the way it is.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay.
Oh yeah, so that's why I'm trying to give it like
so
a little
rude.
wrap up, right? I'm trying to like give you the cues and shit, right?
Okay.